It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this for December 19th, 2022. For the next hour or so, let me help you sort through the world of gaming on Game Mess Mornings Live with me, Jeff Grubb. Today, Epic pays a big fine and John Carmack is done with VR. But first, please join me in welcoming today's co-host to Game Mess Mornings. It's Mike Minotti, everybody. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm good. Had a busy, eventful weekend, and it was nice. And now you're here, that last work week before Christmas. I'm
That's right.
excited.
Yeah, just gonna work a little bit this week, and then you're right. I'm gonna take next week off for the most part, and looking forward to it. You got any big plans for the holidays? You just gonna stay around home or what?
I mean, there's always just the holidays itself is a big enough plan.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of people who are going to be in town that'll see some family events and whatnot. I'm not traveling or anything, but except for to see you on Thursday, but
That's
that's
right.
not too bad. So yeah, it's just going to be a good time. I got a bit more shopping to do. I'm kind of pushing some last minute shopping stuff here, which is fun in its own way. So I got to finish that up at some point. I haven't watched like any Christmas movies yet, so I got to get on that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah, I just bought the Frosty the Snowman on DVD at Target so I could play it in my van yesterday, and they gets really into that. I was pretty
I
good.
I liked Frosty Returns, that like sequel they made in the late '90s or something.
Yeah.
That guy who invented like the snow go away spray.
Yeah, yes, they watched that too because it's like,
Yeah.
hey, more Frosty. I'm like, sure, I don't remember this one, but I'll put it on. Yeah, it
Oh,
exists.
Mikey remembers.
Mikey remembers, of course. Yeah. For people who are wondering, hear my voice. I think I am like a tiny bit sick. I've been a tiny bit sick for going on a week. I probably should just go talk to a doctor, but I got the new insurance. That's so much work, so we're all just gonna have to bear with it.
Gosh, great!
Yeah.
I can't wait to catch whatever you have when I come on Thursday.
Well, if I'm still sick, we'll see. But I think I'll
That'll
probably,
be fine.
who knows? By then I could be all better. I'm
I
expecting
hang out
to be
with
all better.
people and their sick kids or whatever all the time. Whatever.
Yeah, honestly, if you are near kids, you probably have had what I've had like a million times over now. So yes, absolutely. Let's get into this mess. Before we do, let's explain what we do here. Each weekday, I, Jeff Grubb, will help piece your gaming life back together. That includes breaking news and maybe some of our own original reporting. For all these topics, I'll get the input of a bona fide expert who will make me look smart. If you are watching live on Twitch, welcome. Hello, Twitch. You can always listen to the show later on podcast feeds by searching for Game Mess Mornings or find the RSS on giantbomb.com. You can also catch the show later with chapters and timestamps on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And shout out to the RSS gang out there. All right, we have a lot to get into, so let's start the morning mess with Epic Games is fined $520 million in FTC's Fortnite privacy case. This comes from Ashley Gold and Steven Totillo over at Axios. The Federal Trade Commission has fined Epic Games, maker of the popular Fortnite video game, more than $500 million to settle allegations of privacy violations and unwanted charges. The fines, first reported by the Wall Street Journal, amount to the largest penalty ever obtained for violating an FTC rule, and this is per the commission itself. The FTC also alleged Epic Games used dark patterns or design tricks to dupe millions of players into making unintentional purchases per a release from the agency. Epic will pay $275 million for violating the COPPA rule, and in a provision for the FTC, provision, the FTC says it's the first of its kind. Epic will be required to, quote, adopt strong privacy default settings for children and teens, ensuring that voice and text communications are turned off by default. I'm like, Epic is out there today saying, hey, man, we're out there on the front line of this stuff. We're going to be the best company at these things going forward. I would be that way, too, if I just spent $500 million settling this so I didn't have to deal with it anymore.
Dark patterns is what the FTC alleged Epic Games use. What does that mean?
Dark patterns are the kind of thing where they use mental tricks to funnel you into certain behaviors that pay off way more frequently than other things, and they might be.
No company does that.
Yeah, it might be so that meeting that happened at GDC where they're like how to monetize teens ethically. It's like that sort of thing.
That'll raise a red flag.
Yes, and this is definitely raising red flag because they made so much money and it was so popular with young people. And apparently, according to this, the complaints, there were over like 1 million parents complaining about their kids making false charges or making charges without their consent. And it's like, okay, this stuff piled up enough. And obviously, Fortnite's just so large that, of course, it's going to have that many complaints. But it seemed to have more than would have made sense, even for the size of it. And eventually, that all piled up, went before the FTC. And this is, This seems fair. I want these companies to be thinking harder before using dark patterns on children. That seems completely fair to be like regulating, right?
Yeah, it does. I want now $520 million is a lot of money. I wonder how much money that is for Epic and Fortnite. That still has to be considerable, but maybe they could just make a second John Cena skin or something and make that money back. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're obviously. I think they think this is the right thing because they're not trying to fight it. They're just accepting the fine. I think, and they're moving forward, saying, "Yeah, we basically agree with everything the FTC says." And it's like, okay, so if you didn't, you could have probably stood your ground and said, "No, we'll fight this in a court case or whatever. You have to sue us." I would assume that would be an option for them, and they don't seem interested in taking that. So, the likely thing here is like this is a lot of money, but they still see themselves making a lot more money in the future. So they might as well just play by the rules, adopt these things, and figure out the best way to operate within these regulations. This is still part of a new FTC that is trying to be more aware of what's going on in tech fields and video games so that they can crack down when needed and make sure that these big companies aren't just running amok and able to extract every last dollar from anybody, including children. And this is like the Fortnite that was the answer to loot boxes, right? This was always like battle passes, and this is going to be better. It's like, well, it's all at the end of the day designed to extract as much money from you as possible. So having someone keeping an eye on that is probably ideal. And I'm kind of all for this. I'm like glad the FTC used its power to go in there and say, hey, no, yeah, please keep an eye on this in the future. Do you think this fundamentally changes anything that we see coming out of loot boxes and or battle passes going forward, or like have they already sort of settled into something that will work under FTC rules?
I guess so. I mean, I'm sure maybe everybody taking notice a little bit, maybe going to be ever so slightly more careful. I don't think we're going to see any kind of fundamental shift in the way in-game monetization is done. Maybe just it would be nice if people pull back the aggressiveness a little bit of it, but I'm not sure. I think a lot of people are going to think that Epic was a pretty easy target for this because they have done these things and they have a lot of money. I don't know if the FTC is going to go after anybody else on this one.
Yeah, Epic's kind of getting their wins and losses in recently. They, obviously they were big about Apple letting on other app stores onto iOS, and that seems to be happening as part of EU regulations. And so I think they're taking their licks as they are able to get their wins where they can get them, and that they always seem to. At least Tim Sweeney, the CEO and owner of Epic, seem to make a bigger deal out of the fight with Apple than anything like this. So,
man, now I'm wishing they would sue the FTC just so that they can make another cringy in-game commercial / cartoon about it.
And try to get the Fortnite audience to be like hashtag free Fortnite. Yeah,
sell the merch for it. That's what they should actually get sued for, is for selling merch for their lawsuits.
Yeah, for the most embarrassing lawsuit of all time. Absolutely. John Carmack leaves Meta, criticizes the firm's efficiency. This comes from James Batchelor at gamesindustry.biz. John Carmack has resigned from his position as an executive consultant for virtual reality firm Meta. The veteran developer informed Meta employees via an internal message, which was later leaked to the press. Carmack has since posted his full message on his Facebook profile. Of course, Meta is just a new name for Facebook, so we can make sure those things stay linked. This is the end of my decade in VR, he began. I have mixed feelings. He spoke of how MetaQuest 2 is almost exactly what I wanted to see from the beginning, but he took issue with the company's efficiency. We have a ridiculous amount of people and resources, but we constantly self-sabotage and squander our efforts. There's no way to sugarcoat this. I think our organization is operating at half the effectiveness that would make me happy. He continued, it has been a struggle for me. I have a voice at the highest levels here, so it feels like I should be able to move things, but I'm evidently not persuasive enough. A good fraction of the things I complain about eventually turn my way after a year or two passes and the evidence piles up, but I've never been able to kill stupid things before they cause damage or set a direction and have a team actually stick to it. He says he's wary of continuing the fight, but that's why he's going to move on and leave this all behind. And he's going to go focus on his new project, which is his company that's working on the artificial general intelligence, which is supposed to be the kind of thing where, this is an AI that can do anything and be completely human-like. And that's where he's going to spend his efforts going forward. I'm not too shocked to hear this, Mike. After all, Meta is in a pretty rough spot, and they're probably not we need to be listening to John Carmack. They're probably thinking we need to be listening to the accountants and the people who own our stock, because they're all really mad at how much valuation we've lost. And we've lost Mike Minotti because I think my Discord's restarting. So we'll get him back. Give it a second. There we go. It's been a fun show so far today, everybody. For audio listeners,
All right, I'm back.
He's back, everybody. Let me get you up here.
I like that this all happens when I join the show.
I mean, you have like extra static buildup or something, and it's just infecting my stuff. Okay, the camera, not your fault. The audio coming there. That was a new camera. I haven't done a show with that before, so we were figuring out.
I didn't do anything. I just lost my Discord.
You stared at the camera too hard, and Discord got afraid and reset.
Mike's off to play Kingdom Hearts. I wish.
Mike, John Carmack leaving Meta, not too surprising, right?
No, I mean, gosh, he's been there for a while. I mean, look, he's had Mark Zuckerberg be his boss for a long time. We can all sympathize with that. I mean, his complaints, I think, are the complaints a lot of people have who work at very, very, very big companies, right? There's a lot of people there. It's hard to get your voice heard, even when you are like a John Carmack, and you're always going to be frustrated by the kind of different barriers and processes and pitfalls and hurdles. So it makes sense. It's interesting he's pivoting to AI, a pivot I think a lot of companies are going to be making in the coming years, Jeff.
Yeah. It's John Carmack, so he can go in there and mess around, and he will have a voice in any sort of emerging space, just like he had a big prominent voice in early 3D gaming and in early VR. But him getting swallowed up into a giant corporation like Facebook, of course, that was always going to end with him feeling like he was being ignored, because he's always been the guy everywhere else he's been. So he's going to go somewhere else to be the guy. And I think, good for him. And good luck to Meta figuring this whole thing out. I think you guys are going to be in for quite a rough patch, because boy, what do they have going on? And all their big bets in this metaverse space just seem so silly compared to, as we always say, Fortnite. And honestly, a video game, Tower Unite, which does all the things it's trying to do in its metaverse, but like makes it fun because it's a video game. So good luck.
Yeah, I think for the metaverse, they need to Facebook eventually just became this place for old people, right? The metaverse stuff needs to just go there directly. They should already be like minions everywhere.
Yep.
Uncomfortable messages about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That should be baked in right from the beginning. They should just know their demographic.
Exactly. It's that's exactly what I want to see.
Jeff, I have a question for you.
Yeah, please. Shoot.
Sorry.
No, go. I want to hear it.
This is important. I've been meaning to ask you this all weekend, because when I was doing my Kingdom Hearts Final Mixmas stream, I had a swear jar going, which $5 for every swear. I think it eventually hit $70. At one point, I called the fish from Pinocchio a slut.
Sure.
And people were like, "Oh, that's a swear." I was like,
No,
it's not.
No, that's literal slut shaming right there. That's exactly what that is. No, that's not a swear word.
That's not. I didn't think so, and I was shocked that everybody in my chat was acting like it was. I think they were trying to con me out of money.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it was. I think there's no money on the line. Everyone wants to be able to say slut whenever they want, and it's just a fun, good, wholesome word, and there's nothing wrong with it one way or the other.
Thank you, Jeff. I
have your back here, and I have the back of sluts everywhere.
Thank you. Good to know. Hope everybody's uncomfortable now. Let's talk about the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters.
Yeah, Mike, these things got announced weirdly, like in the middle of the night, right? Okay, so it leaked because they got rated for the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. And then overnight, over the weekend, and this comes from Andy Robinson of VGC, Final Fantasy's Pixel remasters are officially coming to the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4, as Square Enix announced it in a tweet. I guess I have the tweet right here. I'm going to bring it up. But this is strange because why do they announce in the middle of the night? Why do they do any of this?
There was some kind of event going on in Japan, right, for Final Fantasy's 35th anniversary. Because there was all this other stuff coming about like polls of who the most popular characters were in Japan's favorite Final Fantasy game. So yeah, I was also confused about like what. Now I still don't know why it happened like during a Sunday over there, and again for like most of the world, this was just in the middle of the night in a tweet. I'm not sure what exactly that event really was. So yeah, a weird way of doing this. It's like they're de-emphasizing it even still. But these things are coming. At least they're all coming at the same time. I was worried they were going to like do a staggered launch of these again. So yeah, they're here.
They're coming spring 2023 for people wondering the date. There will be a limited physical edition that seems like it will have all the games for $75. Which you can also buy these games individually as digital games. But if you want to get them all, you can get in a physical edition for $75. They'll also have a collector's edition for $260 with a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, if you're into that, they're going to have that available for you. I don't know. I still kind of don't get what took so long here. I don't fully understand any of the reasoning, but I guess better late than never. This will be coming before Final Fantasy 16, so it can lead into that. I suppose people will be excited and want to show up for these. But I guess you're my Final Fantasy friend, Mike. Well, how are you feeling about this?
I mean, at first everybody was saying the font wasn't going to be fixed, so I was furious. And now people are saying the font might actually be fixed. So I'm still confused. Like, well, can they let us know? It sounds like it will be. So that's something. At least that was always my biggest hang up with these things, is that just disgusting font. So people are saying it's going to be fixed on console, but not on PC. Can't they just patch it? I don't know. It's bizarre. It's weird also how incredibly limited they're making it sound like the physical edition is going to be. Not just the collector's edition, but the physical edition, which is like $75, plus you have to pay a good amount for shipping on that thing too, I think. So, I feel like it's going to be weird that we'll probably be able to go to a Best Buy and just buy a physical version of the collection of the Mega Man Battle Network games, but like the Final Fantasy games, much harder to get a physical version of.
Yeah, it's pretty strange, and you would think that collection would at least sell pretty good on, Switch and PS4, like, because the PS4 one's going to work on PS5 just fine. I mean, they could just put it in a box that looks special. I don't know. You would think it would sell well, but I don't know. It's Square Enix. What faith do they have in any of this stuff?
Yeah, Octo says so. They took that. They had screenshots that featured the old font, and some sites said they heard from sources that this font will be fixed. They took those screenshots down. So I'm still waiting to see for
right. This is why, I'm like, yeah, so yeah, people are like, okay, because they suggested they're going to fix it, or said maybe they outright said they're going to fix it, and they took down the screenshots that were from the Steam version. It's like, okay, yeah, but what does fix it mean in their eyes? And
right, I mean, that's the problem. Like, I just hate any like pixelated game that uses that super clean non-serif like font. That's a problem alone. But this one, on top of that, squeezed it in, so you would have like this much text in a text box this big. It was the ugliest thing. I just would not be able to play the game that way.
I mean, you're a font slut. We've always said this.
Yes, I am, and it's good to say things that aren't swear words like that.
Exactly.
True things. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm excited though. Like, I like these games a lot. I mean, 6 and 5 especially are super, super good. There still are some other changes I'm not super sold on, like the way they did the opera scene now, where there's actually just like a person singing.
Yeah,
but they're not singing operatically, so it sounds weird to me. And I'm worried I'm gonna find all these other little things and be like, I don't know. But like the new music's really good. You're gonna be able to play these games on a Switch, and that's nice. So yeah, I've held off on these, Jeff, for a long time, largely because of the font, largely because I'm hopeful there would be a Switch release that would maybe fix things. We'll see. I played, I think, all of these except for 3, which was the remake on the DS on Game Boy Advance originally.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, if you aren't going to get this, do you have a recommendation to other people where they should play these games?
I mean, the Game Boy Advance versions were good, but the music quality is a bit poor because of the Game Boy Advance's sound chip, and there's like some other, like the graphics are like a little bit more, the resolution's not as great, and you know how a lot of Game Boy Advance games made things brighter inherently because that system wasn't backlit at first. So that bothers some people. If you don't want to do this, it seems like the best thing to do is actually like mods and getting like some like fan made mods for, like, get a ROM and get the fan made.
The ROM hacks, yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, I don't do it, but it sure would be nice if I could actually just buy a great version of it.
Yep. Absolutely. FIFA is Christmas's number one. FIFA is number one for Christmas in the UK. God of War drops to the third place. This comes from the UK box charts over at GI Biz. James Batchelor wrote the following: FIFA 23 was the best-selling game in 2022 Christmas UK retail charts, according to GfK, which is the company that tracks sales over there in the UK. The game enjoyed a 67% surge in sales compared to last week, keeping Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 at bay, with the shooter seeing a 13% boost in sales. While it's possible, perhaps likely, that FIFA will have been boosted by interest in this year's World Cup, which ended over the weekend, EA's football series is a regular Christmas chart topper at UK retail, as is Call of Duty. This is the 10th year since the GfK began tracking retail data that FIFA has been Christmas number one, and pulling ahead of Call of Duty, which has been Christmas number one 9 times, most recently with 2019's Modern Warfare. Not too surprising. Here's the rest of the chart, though, just to read through these. FIFA number 1, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is number 2. Then it goes to God of War Ragnarok, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Pokemon Violet, Nintendo Switch Sports, Pokemon Scarlet.
Yeah, go to hell, Scarlet!
Yeah, Scarlet, you piece of shit. And Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, Minecraft Switch Edition, Just Dance 2023. Crisis Core is the new game on here, and it finished number 8. That's probably pretty good for Crisis Core. And of course, this is just physical.
That's right.
Doesn't include digital. But how do you feel about that Crisis Core number?
Yeah, that seems like a good debut for that. You know, this is a remaster of a PSP game still.
Yes.
So yeah, that's good. I hope FIFA enjoys this. This is the last time, right? FIFA will ever chart because it's not gonna be FIFA anymore, and
That's
nobody's
right.
gonna care, right?
I think I can't remember. Is FIFA 24 still going to be FIFA or not? Maybe it won't. Maybe this was the last.
Let's pretend it isn't, so that my joke works.
It's the last time. Goodbye, FIFA.
Bye forever.
It's the end for you. Bye forever. China set Assassin's Creed Jade had playtest footage leak online, and again, this is the Assassin's Creed Jade that is set in China. I'll word it awkwardly. This comes from Vicky Blake at Eurogamer. Playtest footage reportedly taken from Assassin's Creed Jade has leaked online, allegedly posted to an Assassin's Creed Facebook page, and then in turn shared with Assassin's Creed and gaming leaks and rumors on Reddit. The footage, which runs 2 minutes and 40 seconds, was seemingly captured on an Apple mobile device and depicts a combat-heavy sequence, which includes cutscenes and combat tutorials. Mike, this just straight up looks like an Assassin's Creed game on a touchscreen device. You think this is?
It sure does.
You think this is a good direction for this series on mobile?
It could be. I guess it depends on how this all controls. I'm always very skeptical of like using an on-screen fake analog stick to move around, but there's a lot of people now who are pretty happy with that stuff. All these kids growing up.
Right.
Fortnite,
It's like this was probably never for us. It's like they're just trying to make Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed for this new audience. And so I guess I'm happier it looks like an Assassin's Creed game than just some weird Assassin's Creed spinoff for mobile where it's basically just like Clash of Clans or whatever, but skinned to look like Assassin's Creed. This is pretty cool.
Yes, it is. But I guess I do wonder, like, what is the hook here, like, in terms of, because a lot of the most popular mobile games, there's some kind of social component, some kind of, I don't know.
Is it a gotcha? Is it like
element?
you have to get 5-star characters and stuff?
Like,
Yeah.
It can't just actually be, well, you made a Assassin's Creed, but you play it on your phone. There's got to be something to this. I wonder if some that's going to come into, like, those old Assassin's Creed 2 style, send your people out on mission things. A lot of timers everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or there's raids. Maybe there's just raids in it, right?
Yeah. I mean, definitely, I think there's probably stuff like that. But I think you're probably right, where you're going to be collecting a lot of these characters, and you will be sending them out on missions, and they'll be able to do those missions faster if you upgrade those characters. But that's just us guessing. Right now, looking at it, it looks just like an Assassin's Creed game, and that's it.
People are rightly pointing out, chat, we have Genshin Impact. And yeah, you know what?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I guess you could just kind of make this like Genshin Impact, and that will probably have a good chance at succeeding.
That would be my expectations. The only reason I'm skeptical is we're 2 minutes into this, and there's barely been any waifus. So are they really going for the Genshin route?
Yeah, that's a good point, Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah, that was man. What games have done the best just because of the waifus? You got like your Fire Emblems and Genshin Impact. It's hard to think of other games where the waifu energy took it so far.
Yeah, we may just have a waifu blind spot, but those are the two I would think of too. Absolutely.
I mean, there's some husbandos there. We'll see how husbando-y that they get. They're looking okay, but I need to see a little bit more.
Yeah, on the husbando front, they're doing great over there at Ubisoft, I suppose. All right. Is Microsoft exploring a cheaper ad-supported Xbox Game Pass Lite? This is a possibility brought up by Jess Corden over at Windows Central. A purported survey posted on Reset Era suggests that Microsoft may be exploring an ad-supported tier of Xbox Game Pass, which also grants Xbox Live Gold. The cheaper tier would include all of Xbox's exclusive library of games, including major first-party titles 6 months after launch. Those games, however, would play ads upon launch to help fund the tier. Do you think this is going to happen, Mike? This is the direction of a lot of subscriptions recently.
Right, that's the kind of thing. It seems like all these people rushed and were desperate to make their subscription services, and now they're all kind of like, all right, we got to make more money off of these things. And we can't do it with content alone anymore. So everyone's kind of freaking out in this space, Jeff. Which I don't know if like I'm freaking out myself. I'm like, man, what's gonna happen with all this stuff? Is this whole thing not working out like we thought it would?
Yeah, it's I mean, it does seem in line with like Phil Spencer coming out and saying that Game Pass is 15% of their business and only will ever be about 15% of their business. It's like, okay, well then they are going to probably have to find other ways to make more money along the edges. Although he said it was already profitable, you know, they have growth to worry about too. So this is a potential area for growth. But then what? Like at a certain point, you're going to get all the people who are like, okay, I'll pay a little bit less. I'll pay $8 a month, half the price of a Game Pass Ultimate to get Game Pass Ultimate, and I'll watch ads, whatever. I mean, I'm sure that's going to get a few percentage points growth, but it's not the answer for like long-term sustained growth. So you're right. Just bring up that suggestion of what then, and can this sustain long-term? And, you know, I'm not too worried about that. First of all, that's their problem. And second, it's video games have found a way to sustain through all kinds of questions like this. So they'll probably find something that will work just fine. But right now, it's like, okay, in general, I don't like the idea of watching ads, so I would pay more. And that's as much as I'm going to think about this. And I suspect that most of the people that are already paid are not going to like move down. They're just going to keep their subscription as is and just go with that. So does this really find a new audience? I don't know. That's Microsoft's problem again.
I just disappointed Dan Reichert because he thought this was a WWF scratch logo shirt. And it is, in fact, my Final Fantasy 14 Red Mage job shirt. So sorry, Dan.
Basically the same thing, though.
He says, oh, it's some nerd shit. Not at all like WWF Attitude Era.
No, Jeff, that's cool dude shit, Mike. Where are you? Where have you been? Cool. That's cool dude stuff.
Yeah. I'm not trying to call out Jordan Midler because he said Sonic was never good or anything, but you see his hot Game Pass take over the weekend. I want your thoughts on this.
He's all full of hot takes. I just ignore Jordan at this point. No, what did he say?
He said, I genuinely think we're less than 3 years from Game Pass not existing in its current form. When Microsoft is actually putting out mega games, it just doesn't make enough money or have enough subs to be sustainable.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's true. They're not gonna.
Wow, did you hear that, Jordan? Your friend Jeff Grubb abandoned you. Just like God did when you said bad things about Sonic.
He also thinks like Breath of the Wild's like a 7 out of 10. He's just full. He's just full of shit takes.
Yeah. Left and right. I didn't start this, Jordan. You started
in the current form. I guess
he's here. He's here.
Of course he's here. Of course he's here. We'll get his ass eventually. We'll get you on there. He says Breath of the Wild is a 7 out of 10. Moving on, Activision Blizzard's president and COO is leaving the company. This comes from Andy Robinson over at VGC. Daniel Allegre, who had served in this role since 2020, will depart on March 31st when his current employment contract expires. That's what the company said over the weekend. They said he was leaving to pursue another opportunity. He then confirmed that. He announced he's joining blockchain firm Yuga Labs, the company behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, and he's going to be the CEO. Which, Mike, I'm like struggling to think of a better metaphor than just like jumping out of a sinking ship onto into a burning house. Like
literally the Bored Apes Yacht Club.
Yes, yes. Jeez. This is a really. I mean, I guess you get to be CEO, but you're CEO of something that's so. I mean, okay, Activision is not like a beloved company. But it's not a complete joke. People like, well, they succeed with, they have World of Warcraft, they have Call of Duty. These things make a lot of money, and they could probably figure out ways to make a lot of money in the future. With Bored Ape Yacht Club, it's just like those stupid monkey cards. What are you? Okay, what? Or good luck with that. I don't know. This just seems so silly. Do you think this has anything to do with the acquisition, or is this just someone looking to get the CEO title?
I don't know. I would guess not. I'm not sure. Maybe this is just a very dumb person who still thinks this is the future, right? Like, oh, yeah. Wow, the Bored Apes. That's the one NFT thing everybody knows, I guess. Man, can you imagine going to work and you go to work. Let's say you work for Mars M&Ms. There's going to be pictures of like the M&M dudes everywhere, right? Imagine you go to work and there's just hanging portraits of the fucking Bored Apes everywhere. That's what you look at all monkeys. Day.
But I'm just gotta keep repeating yourself. I'm CEO. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy CEO. Good luck to Daniel Allegre. He's gonna need it.
I wish him nothing.
Yes, Mike wishes you nothing, which is probably been better, more accurate of what you're gonna get out of this. All right, a couple more stories here. Riot Games trying to get out of terrible crypto sponsorship deal. Meanwhile, someone else is like, fuck this. We messed up. This comes from Luke Plunkett at Kotaku. Back in August 2021, Riot Games, the developer of League of Legends, signed a sponsorship deal worth tens of millions of dollars with cryptocurrency exchange FTX. This is the exchange that, as everyone by now knows, is the failing bankrupt FTX, whose founder has been arrested and facing serious fraud and money laundering charges. So it's falling apart. Riot Games has this deal. It says we got to keep putting FTX all over our stuff. And now they're like, please don't make us do this. And
that'd be incredible. Oh
yes,
my God.
At the end, they're basically like, hey, this makes us look really stupid when we have to put FTX all over everything because the reputational damage is really bad. And then they also pointed out to the stories of how during important business meetings, Sam Bankman-Fried, who is the guy that found the guy who's in trouble, he would play League of Legends during his business meetings instead of paying attention. And they're like,
very
please,
cool.
He already made us look so bad. We hate this. We hate being associated with this. We'll give the money back. Please just don't make us do this. So. That is where crypto is at right now. And meanwhile,
that's incredible.
Activision Blizzard executives like, give me some of that. That's that good.
Are they going to have like Larry David show up in League of Legends as part of this?
Yes, I hope so.
That'd be incredible. Wow, that's great. I wonder, is everybody going to be more careful about this stuff going forward?
Yeah,
is everybody going to be
so.
like, hey, let's not take money from weird crypto startups?
I think the lesson has been learned here by everybody, but it's like, FTX was supposed to be they had a Super Bowl commercial. They're legitimate. And it's,
right.
Okay. Even they are this den of snakes. We should have known better. And you really should have known better.
It will be incredible, like the litmus test, if we just don't see crypto commercials this time at the Super Bowl. After seeing so many of them last year. What are we going to see a lot of commercials for this time?
I don't know. I mean, there are like high tides and low tides where obviously there's a wave of things happening and everyone wants to put their ads out for it. And I think this year it'll probably just be car commercials and,
it'll be very boring if they had just actual stuff that helps the economy. Everyone's desperate. Yeah, cars.
Yes, exactly.
M&M's, beer, liquor.
And it'll probably be a lot of beer. Yeah.
Probably a lot of beer. I hope Bud Light makes more commercials about how craft beer is bad, just so that everybody gets really mad again.
Yeah, that's always my favorite. We could just put those on a loop and peel Jeff Backelar's eyes open and just make him watch that over and over. He would love that.
That would be good stuff. Man, Backler would like all of our beer, Jeff. We have so much good beer.
Yeah, we got absolutely. We got great beer in Cleveland.
We'll take him on a little tour.
Yeah.
You know the hot spots now because I showed them to you.
That's right. We'll do it. Make it a good time.
There we go. That'd be a good time. A little Giant Bob Cleveland pub crawl.
Yeah, we should go to that Avon Brewing that I wanted to go to last time if they're open. We'll see on Thursday night. High on Life is having a strong launch. On Twitter, Benji Sales notes that the game hit number 4 on Xbox's most played games. It's behind Modern Warfare 2, Fortnite, and Grand Theft Auto 5, but that puts it ahead of free-to-play monsters like Apex Legends, Roblox, and Overwatch 2. Meanwhile, on Steam, it is a top seller. It's the best-selling game of the week. It's only behind the Steam Deck, which, of course, is making more revenue because it's more expensive. But that's pretty impressive for High on Life, a game that I thought would come and go. I suppose it could still mostly come and go, but it's at least hitting a higher sort of pitch than I would have expected. What do you think the response and the success rate for this game is going to be?
I think pretty good. I think this is a game that really does benefit, again, from Game Pass. This is that kind of in that, I know you don't like this term, but double A space sort of thing, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not quite triple A. I think it's a game a lot of people maybe would not have bought, but a lot of people can just try it on Xbox, and that helps it on Xbox. But then also the word of mouth is surprisingly good on this one. So then there's people like, well, if this game is good, maybe then I will go and buy it on Steam or what have you.
Yeah, it's I've been playing it a little bit. It's okay. It's fun. It's like an okay game. And I think some of the jokes work. Most of them don't. But I'm like at a point where I'm like, I will accept this game as it is and find some enjoyment out of it and then move on.
I want to try it. I think I've downloaded it on my PC Game Pass, so I want to give it a go. Yeah, because I think Jess has actually been saying some nice things about it. I don't mind the Rick and Morty humor, which is my way of saying it's funny, but I don't want to say that because I worry people judge me these days. So I think I might enjoy this. I haven't played like a shooter in a bit. I basically never touched Call of Duty this year. It's been a while since I've shot things, I feel like.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was in the mood for that.
things.
And it's exactly that game, so.
Yeah. Oh, Dan's judging me. That's fair.
Let's see here. I want to answer a few questions from the audience. So if you want to ask a question, hit that ask a question button here on giantbomb.com/chat. There it is.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I hear
Let's
these
see
questions.
here.
Oh, Jan's got my back. Jan's always has my back, except when he's saying mean things about Uncharted 2. I didn't forget that, Jan. But that's okay. I love you anyways.
Let's see here. Yeah, mostly it's just people being mad at your takes, Mike.
Yeah, maybe I'm the problem. I seem to be very good at remembering when people say something mean about a video game I like, and then bringing it up on this show. It's all about me. These are all personal attacks, and there must be retribution.
Axel wants to know what's the worst movie you like.
Oh, Cats.
Oh yeah, easily. That is right. Yes.
I've seen Cats like 5 times.
My God.
So I mean, I don't even know if it's ironic anymore. I don't know, Jeff. But I could watch Cats at any moment. Like,
That's
get
such a
a
threat.
lot of enjoyment out of it.
I could watch it at any moment. Oh my God.
Let's go. Yeah, memory. All alone with my Jeff Grubb.
Let's see. What's for dinner? Asks Jordan Midler. I don't know.
I still have some of my final Mixmas pizza, so I would probably be finishing that off. It was a nice 3-meat pizza from Westgate, a local place here. Nice kind of bready, square cut pizza. It still has like those crispy edges and the nice fried bottom. It was very tasty.
Let's see. Digital Eclipse as Dev of the Year asks R Wolves. They did that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, and they did Atari 50. So I think they're in the conversation.
What was that name? Because I thought
Digital Eclipse.
Body Moo and Tribute Games. Oh, Digital Eclipse.
Yeah, Cowabunga collection.
Cowabunga collection. Okay, yes, that's why I'm confused. Yeah, man, Cowabunga collection actually did rule. That was one of the best like retro collections in a while. They're like going through. I'm like, oh man, Turtles in Time is still super fun. Even these NES games, especially Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on there, really really good. That Game Boy one, the one that's like actually a Metroidvania, is super fun. So yeah, that's good stuff. Atari 50 is something I almost want to like download tonight and check out finally. I've heard such good things about it.
Jordan Midler wants to know how he should spend his Christmas paycheck tonight. I think he should build himself a cage and just subject himself to Breath of the Wild until he becomes correct.
I think he should like go to a costume shop, buy all the blue like face paint stuff he can, just become a Na'vi and really immerse himself in a viewing of Avatar: Way of the Water. I always said Jordan Miller has very strong Na'vi vibes, right?
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. And
he's basically already one. So
and we're not gonna just do a cheap Photoshop. This is practical effects for our friend Jordan Midler, of course.
I hope that game's good. After watching that movie and like really actually enjoying it yesterday, there's multiple times just thinking, man, I hope that Ubisoft game is actually good, because a good Avatar game would actually kind of rule.
Last question here from Fatback64. Will you ever not hate Horizon? No. All right, moving on. Mike, what's your opinion on Horizon, the series, Forbidden West, and
I like Horizon okay. I did bounce off of Forbidden West. You know what the problem was?
You hate it.
No, I liked it. I was enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying it. Like, I wasn't loving it, I guess. It was really impressive. I appreciated it more than I was enjoying it, maybe. The big problem is that when I did take a break, because I had to start reviewing a game or something, and then that's when everyone's like, oh, by the way, the ending's bad. When I was like, well, why? It really kind of kills your motivation, right? They like, get back in there and finish the other 20 hours to see something stupid.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Everybody who hates Horizon. You heard it here first.
Poor Horizon. Man, they are really like going hard on Horizon, though. They announced like even more things last week, right? There's like, of course, a show. There's the VR thing. There's a multiplayer thing. Like, even I'm like, and I've tried to be nice to Horizon. I'm like, people like Horizon enough for all this? Maybe.
I guess they do.
Find out.
They're out there for sure. Some of them are in chat. All right.
That's true. Oh, Jeff, I have a question for you. Did you hear about the Grubb tub?
I've seen the word. I did not know what to make of it.
Yeah. We well, you know about gummy ships in Kingdom Hearts. So
unfortunately, I do. Yes.
Well, first we tried to name our little raft in Destiny Islands the Grubb Tub,
Sure.
but Riku cheated on the race, and he got to name it the Highwood instead. But then when we made a gummy ship, we were able to name it the Grubb Tub, which was a Beef Hammer suggestion. Actually, it was just such a good name. So yeah,
You were playing this for Extra Life over the weekend, right? Like you had your final
yes.
mixes. How did it go? I had a busy day, so I only got to tune in a little bit.
It's okay if you're a bad friend, but we
Hell
got
yeah,
to
that's what I was
watch.
trying to say.
We got I played 16 straight hours of Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm proud of it. You know what, Jeff? I had a fantastic time.
No,
That's
you
a
didn't.
good video
You
game.
could just lie to yourself all you want.
No.
There's no way you had a good
I
time.
loved it. It's like, this game's good. I was having fun, except for the Little Mermaid level. This game is great. I'm having a fantastic time. That was a lot of fun. Actually, thank you to Giant Bomb. You guys, I think we're hosting for a bit. Dan did a very, very generous raid, which was awesome. So yeah, thanks to everybody at Giant Bomb for supporting that. We were able to raise $2,000 just over for Extra Life and
That's
for
awesome.
my Akron's Children's Hospital, which I think is also the closest children's hospital to you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it was really fun. Had a lot of fun. Already thinking about final mix next year. Some Kingdom Hearts 2 stuff.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, even though it was Kingdom Hearts, which is an atrocity and an abomination.
No, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Let's get to the poll. Do you think Henry Cavill and Amazon can make something that lives up to the attitude of Warhammer 40K?
Jeff, what's the attitude of Warhammer 40K?
It is, you know how like people saw Starship Troopers, the movie, and they were like, oh, this movie's kind of weird and fascist. It's like, no, it's satirizing fascism. Warhammer's like if you took that and turned it up to like 8,000 and all the characters were like, if you took right-wing radio host and threw them in the goop from the ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like that's what all the characters are.
Oh, so like the bad military people from Avatar.
Yeah, but like, yeah, again, like turned way up.
Even turned up.
Yeah,
from
turned
that,
up to 40,000, of course. Yes, turned up to 40,000.
40,000. That's cute.
Yeah. And so it just seems like it would be difficult to capture that attitude in a show without also seeming like you're coming across like this is awesome, because it's got to also be kind of awesome, even though they're weird bastards.
Doesn't Amazon have a military division? I remember there's that weird picture of like the Amazon military truck, and it still had like the fucking smiley on it. And it was
God,
just like,
that's
oh,
a nightmare. Yes, maybe
we are living in a dystopia. Oh no.
Yeah, maybe they fully understand what it takes to do exactly this. The answer was 65.5% yes, 34.5% said no. We'll see. Henry Cavill really loves Warhammer. He's the executive producer in the show. I guess we're gonna see.
That's nerd shit, Jeff. Figurines. What is this?
I love our just random like what is nerd shit on this show. It changes every few episodes.
Nerd shit is whatever is nerdy that I don't like.
That's
right. The one that I'm gonna make fun of people for. So anime and Warhammer it is.
Would you subscribe to? While I'm filling out this question, Mike, why don't you tell people where they could find you on the internet?
Twitch at Tolkoto. So we got the Hollow Bastion on that Kingdom Hearts save file. I am planning to finish that save file and actually beat that Proud Mode run eventually here, probably some point during the Christmas break, as you have it. I'm also Tolkoto on Twitter, whatever's going on there, I don't know. And then Jeff, we have Last of Nintendo tomorrow, and we're doing an in-person Game of the Year episode for Game Mess Decides on Thursday, assuming you don't have the plague or whatever. We won't be over there, so we'll have fun with that on Thursday night. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then, Mike, thank you for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think, circumstances, it's been a couple of weeks, so it was nice to get on here. Yeah, I want to thank everybody, all the entire Giant Bomb staff and the Giant Bomb community for supporting me so much during the final mix. It was a very, very, very good time. The new poll question, do you think Henry Cavill, man, I did your damn thing where you call him Cavill. Henry Cavill and Amazon, that's the last one. I'm broken anyhow. What you're actually doing wrong, Jeff, is reading the last poll. I'm doing way more wrong. I'm doing so much wrong. I'm sick, everybody. Just, you know what, actually, no excuses. You would make these mistakes anyways. You stop on me, because that's what I deserve. Would you subscribe to an ad-supported version of Xbox Game Pass to save money? So far, 2 votes, 100% say no. Everyone's like, Only if it's all penis pills and FTX commercials, and if it happens like during the cutscenes, that would be good. Yeah, that sounds perfect to me. That's exactly what I want, just going nonstop on my TV. It should be called the penis pill tier.
Well, then I would have to subscribe to that.
Oh my god, J-Man just said, can I put Mike Minotti into the metaverse? Why did I never think of that? Minotti.
I don't know. We need some art of that immediately, though. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, no. no. I was wondering, so we had to paint Jordan Midler blue. Now it's happening to me. Whatever. I'll do it. I'll become a Navi. What used to be screw you guys, I'm going to Hogwarts. No, now it's screw you guys, I'm going to Pandora.
To see the results of the poll return on Wednesday for Game Mess Mornings, we'll have the Bombcast tomorrow. Speaking of Giant Bomb and what we got going on this week, we're gonna go figure that out. We have a meeting, I think, but we'll be doing some stuff to put in the hopper maybe for next week. We'll see. No promises because it's gonna require me being healthy, and I feel like I'm going more and more downhill. So we'll see. See what I'm doing.
You got this, Jeff.
Yes,
I believe in your weak, pathetic body.
Yes, I'm going to grasp onto what little bit of an immune system I do have and just pray for the best. Absolutely.
Osmosis Jones, this bitch.
Yes, I'll send in Osmosis Jones. Mike, thank you again. Everybody, thank you for watching. You're the best audience in gaming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
Bye.